Hey gamers, it's your old pal Learnable Brainrot here. And listen, we all know the big names in gaming, right? The Fortnites, the Call of Duty, Modern Warfares, the Minecrafts. But what about the unsung heroes? The games that flew under the radar? The hidden gems that deserve way more love than they get? These are the games with the stories that punch you right in the feels, the gameplay that sucks you in and never lets go, and graphics that could make even your grandma say, "Dang, that's pretty." So buckle up, Buttercups, because in this video we're diving headfirst into 5 underrated games that you need to play, like right now. Let's get started.
First up, we've got A Plague Tale: Innocence, and let me tell you, this game is not for the faint of heart. It's dark, it's gritty, and it's got more rats than a New York City subway station, but trust me, it's a game that will stay with you long after you finish it. We're talking 14th century France. The Black Death is ravaging the countryside, and you're stuck smack dab in the middle of it. You play as Amicia, a young woman who has to protect her little brother Hugo, who's, well, let's just say he's a bit special and leave it at that. The story is absolutely heart-wrenching, I'm not going to lie. You're basically fighting tooth and nail to survive in a world gone mad, with the Inquisition on your tail and swarms of plague-ridden rats that could make a grown man cry. But here's the thing, the gameplay is where it's at. It's this perfect blend of stealth, puzzle solving, and a little bit of action thrown in for good measure. You have to use your wits and your environment to outsmart your enemies, whether they're heavily armored soldiers or hordes of those creepy crawlies, and the graphics, absolutely stunning. The environments are incredibly detailed and atmospheric, from the plague-ridden villages to the creepy rat-infested catacombs. Look, if you're looking for a game that will pull at your heartstrings, scare you silly and leave you breathless, then A Plague Tale: Innocence is the game for you.
Next up, we're diving into the world of Hollow Knight. Now, if you're a fan of Metroidvanias, then stop what you're doing, close your eyes, and download this game right now. I'm serious, I'll wait. Okay, you back? Good. Because Hollow Knight is a masterpiece. You play as this little silent knight, and let me tell you, this guy's got more personality in his pinky finger than most video game characters have in their entire bodies. The world is this beautifully haunting place called Hallownest, and it's full of strange bugs, creepy crawlies, and bosses that are bigger than your house. And the music? Don't even get me started on the music. It's the kind of soundtrack that gets stuck in your head for days. The gameplay is classic Metroidvania. You explore this huge, interconnected world, find new abilities that let you access new areas, and fight a bunch of baddies along the way. But it's the way Hollow Knight does it that makes it so special. The controls are tight, the combat is challenging but fair, and the platforming is perfection. But what really sets Hollow Knight apart is its world building. This game is packed with lore, hidden secrets, and characters that are both endearing and terrifying. You'll find yourself wanting to uncover every last bit of it. Alright, let's talk RPGs, baby. Specifically, GreedFall. Now I know what you're thinking, another RPG. But Learnable Brainrot, haven't I played them all? And to that I say, my friend, you haven't played GreedFall. Imagine this. It's the 17th century, but not the one you learned about in history class. We're talking magic, mythical creatures, and political intrigue that would make Machiavelli blush. You play as a colonist sent to a mysterious island called Tier Frady. And let me tell you, this place is more than meets the eye. You've got different factions vying for power, ancient secrets waiting to be uncovered, and a magical disease called the Malachor that's slowly consuming the land. No pressure, right? The gameplay is classic RPG goodness. You create your character, level up your skills, craft weapons and armor, and make choices that actually matter. You can choose to side with different factions, romance companions, and even shape the destiny of the island itself. But what really surprised me about GreedFall was the story. It's surprisingly deep and engaging, with characters that you actually care about, and a plot that keeps you guessing until the very end.
Alright, buckle up, Buttercups, because we're about to get philosophical up in here. Nier Automata is not your average action game. It's a wild ride through existentialism, robot love stories, and some of the most satisfying combat you'll ever experience. You play as 2B, a badass android fighting in a proxy war against, well, other machines. But trust me, there's way more to it than that. This game will make you question everything you thought you knew about life, death, and what it means to be human. The gameplay is a beautiful ballet of hack-and-slash combat, bullet hell craziness, and some RPG elements thrown in for good measure. One minute, you'll be fighting a giant robot with a chainsaw for an arm, and the next you'll be flying through the air, blasting robots out of the sky. But what really sets Nier Automata apart is its story. It's deep, it's thought-provoking, and it will stick with you long after the credits roll. You'll meet characters that will break your heart, explore themes of love, loss, and the meaning of existence, and experience multiple endings that will leave you questioning everything.
Last but not least, we have the Talos Principle, a game that will make you think, and I mean really think. It's a first-person puzzle game set in a world that's both beautiful and haunting. You play as a robot. Or are you? That's the question, my friend. You're dropped into this world with no memory of who you are or how you got there, and your only guide is a mysterious voice calling itself Elohim. Your mission? Solve a series of increasingly difficult puzzles scattered throughout the ruins of a long-lost civilization. The puzzles themselves are the heart of the game, and they're fantastic. We're talking brain-bending challenges that will test your logic, spatial reasoning, and patience. But it's the story that really hooked me. As you progress, you'll uncover fragments of information about the world, the people who live there, and your own existence. The game explores some pretty heady themes: consciousness, artificial intelligence, the nature of reality. You know, light stuff.
So there you have it. 5 hidden gem games with amazing stories, gameplay, and graphics. These games may not get as much recognition as the big names, but they're definitely worth your time. Let us know in the comments if you've played any of these, and if there's a hidden gem you think we missed, feel free to share it. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more gaming recommendations. Happy gaming! See you in the next one.